Hello, and welcome to Brand Clarity Vlog by Visions to Images, where we focus on strategy and business development for entrepreneurs at all different levels through branding and digital marketing techniques. Susie Liberatore is the founder and art director of Visions to Images Creative Services, LLC. For the last decade, she has personally been instrumental in bridging gaps between the global digital market and neighborhood locations for some of the biggest brands around. Growth is possible for even a single location with the right professional branding techniques and Susie's signature strategies of Visions to Images. Stand out from your competitors and bring your visions to life. Your host for this vlog is Susie Liberatore, owner of Visions to Images. Today on the podcast, I have Sharika Kellogg, and she's a business consultant. I love listening and hearing her and following her. She's a 25, 8 mom, has three foster kids now? Well, they're yours now, right? 3, and it's crazy. You are killing it. So welcome. Tell us a little bit about you and how you got started.
Okay. So I am, like you said, I'm a single mom. I have 3 little boys that I've adopted. And I also have a foster daughter who is 6 months. So my boys are 6, 5, and 4. Yeah, that's how old they are now. I don't know. They seem to blend together. And I actually got started with working online because I had a boss who said I wasn't doing a great job and that I needed to give back one of my sons. At the time, he wasn't adopted as of yet. And I thought, wow, that was kind of harsh. And I mean, I wasn't doing a great job, but I was doing a really good job. And so I decided to start my own virtual assistant business at that point and handed in my notice. My quit day was the day after New Year's, about 4 years ago. Started Virtual Expectations, which is my virtual assistant services that I do for a lot of business owners, online business owners. And then one day I was like, I need to talk to moms, other moms. I'm at home, I'm working, I'm a single mom. I need to talk to more people. How can I do this? And I said, okay, I could start a podcast. Mm-hmm. And that birthed 25-8 Mom. The podcast started generating other moms that wanted to start their own business or already had a business, but it was kind of like a side hustle. It wasn't like a real business. So I started talking to them more about how they can make sure that their business was set up properly, just based off of mistakes that I was making in my own business or had made with like Virtual Expectations. So it was more like looking at their business licenses, looking at the structure of their business, how their automations and backends were set up to make sure that they were maximizing the time that they were allowed into their business and still having the same amount of time that they needed for their family and themselves. Mm-hmm. And so 25-8 Mom was created to give women business owners, mostly moms, more structure in their business so that they had more me time and more family time. And so I started consulting with a lot of moms, and that kind of took off. And now I have 2 businesses, 4 children, and yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah. I want to hear about the other business too, because I don't think I know. Do I know about the other business? I don't know.
Not really. I mean, Virtual Expectations, it's funny, when I started the virtual assistant business, I worked for a internet publishing company for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Starting it. And then it had a bunch of different affiliates. Mm-hmm. So I moved from affiliate to affiliate, learned a lot of stuff, mostly operation manager type stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I then was able to take what I learned and open up a business. But I also had the benefit of having a really great network of bosses that had left the overall company, the overheading company that we worked for, started their own businesses, and they hired me to start working for them as a virtual assistant. And so, I mean, I do different things for all.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I can totally relate. I mean, I'm a single mom to 1 kid. I can't imagine how you're killing it. And my biggest thing always is time. Like I find every day I'm like, time, like, do I spend enough time with my son? Do I spend enough time in my business? Do I take care of myself? And single mom or not, like it's tough as an entrepreneur. Like it's totally tough, and it's more tough for females, I think, because males don't have all the stuff. Like they don't have that responsibility and all of the stress that goes on, because they can just do whatever. And moms are like totally different. Like kids need their moms, so it's totally hard sometimes to put your mom hat on, like you say, or you put your business hat on. Like how do we identify that? It's tough.
Oh, it's definitely tough. And I think that women, moms that are entrepreneurs also feel the pressure of people judging them, especially like I know that your son goes to school. So my kids just went back to school, and it's like I always feel like the teachers are judging me like, so he forgot his shirt today,
Oh
his
yeah.
red shirt day, and you're like, dude, I got four kids. You're
Right.
like, he has a shirt on, and so it's you feel that a little bit of that judgment because you want to do it all, and if you let one thing slip, you don't want people to think that you don't have it going on or you don't
Right.
have it all together. But you got to give yourself some grace. You totally
I'll
have to
tell
give.
you two things. My son probably never has matching socks, and I don't care. Like, that's just the nature of the game. That's first and foremost. And I always tell the teachers, I'm like, he doesn't have matching socks today. Just whatever, go with it. And so my son's autistic, and we're trying to get him to dress himself. Like, he's doing really good in the mornings dressing himself. But he always puts his pants on backwards, and half the time I don't notice until he's at school. And I'm like, well, he dressed himself today. And then they say, well, we're glad that he's taking those steps. I mean, so my situation is probably more different than yours because like he's autistic and has that feeling, but I'm always just saying, hey, like warning them, because in my mind, if I say to them, then I'll be like, oh, it's off my chest for the day. Now I can carry on. Like,
I mean, you have to look at that as a goal. Like that's actually something you actually accomplished and achieved. He dressed himself. Who cares?
right, exactly, 100%. And they're like, we'd rather have him come in like dressing himself
Right.
backwards than not trying to dress himself at all. So,
Exactly.
I mean, they understand in that sense, but I'm always just like, yep, he did it today. So, and he likes doing it. So that's good. So, getting back to business a little bit, um, what are you most excited about right now?
So right now, 25/8 mom, like I said, it really was just supposed to be a podcast. It wasn't really supposed to be a company or business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it actually is evolving because I was able to structure it the right way. So when COVID hit and all this kind of stuff hit, my business was actually set up in a way that it was able to sustain my clients. I was able to stay in the lifestyle that I'm accustomed to, excuse me. And so the company itself is morphing into more of a product and services side with 25/8 Mom. I have a couple products there. And then I have the services as far as the consulting and strategizing with other entrepreneurs that need my assistance is moving into my business side, which is empower. So the letter M for mom or manifesting or motivating power. So we are about to start kicking that off and getting empower out there to other people. So that's something new that's kind of kicking off right now, and I'm really really excited about it.
I've not heard about this. Yeah, that sounds super exciting. I need to listen and check out more because it sounds like it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. So, if you could give any advice, this is probably a good one. Like, if you could give any advice to a mom, whether she's single, married, whatever, like she's trying to get into that entrepreneurship, getting away from corporate, whatever, like if you could give her some advice, what would you give her?
Tap into your passion. Like I know a lot of women start doing things and they don't love it. They're doing it because they know what it is. Now, when I say tap into your passion, it just also means tap into your skill sets as well.
Mhm.
So if you work in corporate America doing something for over 20 years, there's something about what you do.
Mhm.
You hated it for 20 years, but there's one little aspect of that position that you loved and it made you do it well. And you did it for 20 years and you could do it without thinking.
Mhm.
Start with that and then grow into other areas. So that one skill set, that one passion, that one thing that makes you smile can actually it could birth a whole company that
Mhm.
does other things that you could find happiness in doing as well for other people. So
Mm.
definitely just I would write it all down on a sheet of paper, what you love about the positions that you've had, what you did not like about them, and the side that you said I don't like. Whenever you're going to create your business, make sure you don't do that at all. Don't say, "Oh, I know how to do it. I'll do it anyway," because it will not make a good entrepreneur out of you. You will kind of resent your business a little. So just stick with what you love and what you do really well, and don't have to put a lot of effort into.
Mhm.
And that could start your business, and then you build off of it and you enhance your skills as you go.
Yeah, I think that growing into like what you're passionate about is important. But a lot of times I think that people have that fear, right? They don't want to leave that corporate job, or they don't know if they can do it. I mean, I'm sure you were in the same boat. I mean, my situation was probably a little bit different, but it was still like that leap, like, okay, can I do this on my own?
Right.
So what, I mean, would you say to keep it as a side hustle, or would you just say to dive right in?
I mean, honestly, as a mom, I'm always like play it a little caution, play
All right,
safe.
totally.
Definitely make sure that you have the money to the side to build your business and support your family. Never just go all in and you know that you don't have the income or the financial support to support your family. But if you do have the second income from a husband or a spouse or a partner,
Hmm.
you are able to do it. By all means, just do it. I mean, it's kind of hard to work two jobs at once, but
It
if you
is, right.
and you have that time and you're able to do it, I would say do it. If you cannot do it that way, then work smart. You know, stay at your full time job until you make a certain, give yourself a goal of making X amount of dollars. And once you make that dollar figure and you're able to sustain it for at least 60 days, then let go of your job.
Got it. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, and you got to start somewhere too. So, I mean, it's always sometimes to start small and then work your way up, like you do in the corporate ladder, right? Like you start off small, you figure out all the things, you get the clients, and then you build from there. I mean, when I started my company, gosh, I was probably doing VA work. I feel like everybody starts off as a VA because it's so simple and easy. But I feel like starting off as a VA like helped identify a lot of issues and problems, and then from there was able to really, I mean, like you said, decide what I was passionate about and how I could implement like branding and websites and all of the visual end of things for sure. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on, and we'll add the links in here and people can check you out. And I'm super excited. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.